Good morning, students. Myself Abhishek Sharma from Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Today, I am continuing with second chapter of Indian economic development. The name of chapter is Indian economy. In my previous lecture, I have discussed about economy. What is an economy? What are the three questions which every economy has to face and has to give its answer, whether it is mixed, socialist or capitalist. And in my previous lecture, I have also discussed about economic planning. What are the goals of 5-year plan? What are the use of these 5-year plans? Equity, self-reliance, modernization, growth. So today I am going to discuss a new topic, that is agricultural development, land reforms, abolition of middlemen, land ceiling and green revolution. So children, first of all we have to study what is agricultural development. So in this topic, at the time of independence, the land tenure system was characterized by intermediary like middlemen who merely collected rent, which is popularly known as lagan, from the actual tillers of the soil. The low production of agriculture sector forced India to import foods from the United States of America. The agriculture sector accounted for the largest share of workforce with approximately about 70 to 75%. So agricultural development was focused right from the first 5-year plan. And the measure undertaken to promote the growth in the agriculture sector can be classified as land reforms and green revolution. Now, what is land reform? Land reform primarily refers to the change in the ownerships of land holdings. Land reforms measures have been introduced by various underdeveloped and developing countries for attaining a rational land distribution pattern which is viable for farming structure. Now, abolition of middlemen. Indian government took various steps to abolish middlemen and to make tiller the owner of the land. The idea behind the step was that ownership of land would give incentive to the actual tillers to make improvements. The abolition of middlemen brought 200 lakhs tenant into direct contact with the government. The ownership rights granted to the tenant give them to incentive to increase output and their contributed to the growth in the agriculture. Now, what was land ceiling? Land ceiling refers to the fixing the specific element of land which could be owned by a single person or single individual. It was of two types, urban and rural. Beyond a specific limit, all the land holdings belonging to a particular person would be taken over by the government and it will be re-allotted to those landless cultivators and small marginal farmer. Land ceiling also helped to promote equity in the agriculture sector. Now, the last topic is green revolution, which is popularly known as Harit Kranti. At the time of independence, about 75% of country's population was dependent on agriculture. India's agriculture widely depends on the natural monsoon, and in case of shortage of monsoon, the farmer has to face lots of troubles and misery. Moreover, the production in the agriculture sector was very low due to some outdated, obsolete technology and absence of required proper infrastructure. As a result of intensive and continued efforts of many scientists, researchers, this stagnation was permanently broken by the step which was known as Green Revolution. Green Revolution refers to the large increase in the production of food grains due to the use of high-yielding variety seeds, adequate system of irrigation and application of fertilizers, pesticides, insecticide. In the Kharif season 1966, India adopted high-yielding variety program for the first time. The program was a great success. So, Green Revolution is a spectacular advancement in the field of agriculture. So students, today we have discussed something about agricultural development, land reforms, abolition of middlemen, land ceiling, urban and rural, and what was green revolution. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.